Welcome to Financials with Ahau. It's a joy to have you here with us as we continue on the wealth conversations. We've shifted our focus to West Africa and we are building up our conversations on agriculture. What does it mean to invest in agriculture and grow through this area, and what are some of the lucrative ideas we can pick up? So allow me to mention a few more. I started with some last time. I hope you've made time to read. If you've read, then this is just like a recap. So there are a few more which would be interesting to think through. And the next one that I want us to talk about is poultry and meat processing. Yes, this is one area that has so much growth potential. In fact, here on the African continent, where we love to celebrate, chicken must come down, goat must come down, cow must come down. If anybody has been following what's been happening across the continent and East Africa in particular, Kenya, we recently lost a key leader, and every community was bringing cows. One brought 30 individuals, 5 cows. There was a whole field with cows, and someone was just like, wow. So meat processing, poultry, these are very key areas, and currently we have better policies where they support. We have better outcomes for this, we have market for this, and it's even more important if we do our best to keep it organic, to keep it free range, to keep the cows grass fed, grass finished. Now the doctors are telling us there's even better language to that, making sure that the meat that is coming out of this continent is very, very rich, reducing the exposure to certain things to our animals that will keep what we produce very healthy. So yes, this is an area to think about, and you can start small. I always remember visiting a home and they had a backyard so small, but they had enough chicken. They ate from their own backyard, literally, chicken and eggs. So other than subsistence, which is what we've been doing, there is great potential for us to use that as an investment and as an income source. Another area which I know is very interesting, very nice for those of us who love nuts, is cashews. I always remember working with a team where we would convince the accountant when it was time to do the shopping for the office to please buy for us cashews. And the cost of cashews is not small. Yet we see that there is actually a rise in the global demand for cashews. Nigeria and Ivory Coast are the countries that are leading in Africa again, and that is to produce from Africa for the world. So the world is coming to these two countries in specific for their cashew nut demand. So it means there's potential. We have a bit of that farming happening in other countries in the African continent, but we see a bulk of it happening from these particular countries. Another area which it's easy to forget, but we don't realize that we're using it a lot, and it's actually from agriculture, is rubber processing. Again, Ivory Coast. Rubber is so key. When we are able to invest in rubber, we will reduce certain waste byproducts. We'll be able to give something that is really useful. Shoes are made from rubber, tires are made from rubber, cases for our phones are made from rubber. So much is made from rubber. Like, we literally cannot do life without rubber. So it means it's another avenue that we can actively think about when it comes to investing from the agricultural front. Now the list is endless. I have just mentioned a few. I've touched on them so topically because they are areas that we can really think about exploring. And agriculture will forever be a place we can invest on this continent. West Africa is already showing us that the world is coming for a lot. And as I said previously, we have to build up from just giving raw products to moving to giving manufactured products. And we are the ones who have the capacity to manufacture, because then we are able to dictate the terms of how we sell the products that go to market globally. It's a challenge, it's a place of growth. We know that there's still a lot, even in terms of just having the plants to manufacture, having the capacity to have the capital to manufacture, but it all starts somewhere. And this is where we really can grow through pooled investments, where communities come together and pool investments and are able to do some of these big things. I think I've mentioned it in one of the videos. Recently I learned about an initiative across here in Kenya that they're setting up processing plants, they're setting up manufacturing hubs where You don't have to have your own, but you can come and hire for a day, for a week, and do what you need to do so that we can increase the manufacturing that is coming out of this continent. So these are areas that we can explore within our counties and tap into them. Please, let's not stop here and wait to be given products, but let's realize that we have the products, we can make a success out of them. Thank you for listening. Thank you for desiring to grow in investing. Thank you for wanting to learn about West Africa. I know that there is so much potential for us to explore. It's been a joy to share. God bless. It's a how.